You, nah. The answer is probably a yes if you don't have a missile corvette production module done, but don't do it preemptively. Like all of this shit is more advanced stuff. Just try to build quickly. Get your collector out. Hurry. Q1 from each.
Production underway.
Okay. I want to see that. Let's see that worker
Destroy
pop out from
enemy
both
motherships.
in 20 seconds.
Flagship underway.
Collection confirmed. Underway. Resources locked in. Standing by. Destination locked in. Construction underway.
Production underway. Resource collector complete.
Resources downrange. Copy. Collection confirmed.
Flagship.
Yeah, that's good enough.
Collection confirmed. Resources locked in. On our way.
Okay, so you built collectors quick enough. You were slow to put them to work though. Like the collectors formed the line before they were put to work.
Flagship.
That loses you a few seconds, but it's okay.
Press H the moment they come out.
Prioritize putting the collectors to work.
New upgrades
Yeah.
available.
Yeah, when
Yeah, you
pull
just
out.
age makes them that's the hotkey for harvest nearest asteroid.
Research module.
So you just hit
Resource
look,
collector.
punctuation age. If you cycle those two keys, if you just rapidly like spam them hardcore.
Confirmed.
Yeah, that's really good to know. Oh, by the way, high space. I'm gonna
Flagship.
go away now. The what? I never rally them. Rally is a later thing. It's something you do for military units.
Insufficient resources.
I use rally objects sometimes.
Resource
I will sometimes rally to a carrier that I manually manage near,
Downrange.
like it's there to provide a gravity well or something, so I rally to it.
Resources locked in.
I'll sometimes
Downrange.
do a rally
Resources
point,
locked in.
kind of in the middle, like the average weighted position of all of my production or my resource bases.
options available.
Berths are clear.
Rallying into the enemy is also good, but if you ever forget the rally point and you retreat and you need to send fresh units in to die, it can cost you the game, so I tend to not do that. I tend to rally.
Roger.
If I do a rally point, like a point in empty space,
Resource
I tend to rally between all of my production buildings, so that
Copy.
wherever they're needed, they won't be... Like, I reduce my chance of being ultra-fracked, basically.
Resources locked in. Copy.
But rally points is a later game thing, and you have an idle worker that had got all the time in the world to go to his formation spot.
Collection confirmed.
Whenever, like, this game doesn't have, I don't think this game has an economic rally point system. You can't rally point harvesters to rocks, I think, and have them work, like in StarCraft. So, in StarCraft, you need to constantly be queuing up a Marine from your barracks every 16 seconds, but not more than one Marine, so you don't waste money
Resource collector
temporarily.
complete.
So that's the macro in StarCraft. In this game, the macro is, every time a worker produces, remember to hit punctuation and age to put it to work as soon as possible, so you don't waste mining time.
Flagship.
I guess that's the macro equivalent in this game. You have idle worker again. You have two, actually.
Course set.
New upgrades available.
Carrier Corvette facility complete.
New corvettes available for
He's coming with the rush.
Confirmed.
I get Corvette facility. Oh, you have Corvette facility. You built the Corvette facility on your mothership, so you're doing a slightly different build than me. That should still be okay, though. When you see the rush come, you know, start producing Corvettes.
Resource
If you can't make
collector
Corvettes,
complete.
then
Underway.
either make platforms or mobile refineries, because those mobile refineries are effectively a weak assault frigate, and you're being attacked by units that assault frigates are strong against.
Roger.
Try to dock the collector that's being focused. Try to dock it with the carrier. You need to be quick to do it, though.
Docking with carrier.
Also, by having a mobile refinery where you're being attacked, it's much quicker to dock with a mobile refinery than it is to dock with the carrier or the mothership. It's like crazy quick compared to the other two. So it's much easier to save collectors if you have a mobile refinery kind of inside the resource field to serve as like a safe house. But you saved this one successfully, I think.
Reporting.
Make sure your carrier is shooting.
Resources locked in.
Put it on aggressive,
Stand
bandbox
by.
attack, and then reissue its movement order.
Show no mercy.
Resource
Homeworld can be
collector
kind of weird with that
confirmed.
stuff.
Reporting. Moving
And
to
just start
destination.
building missile corvettes. Just start building missile... I hope you're building missile corvettes from both of your facilities. I hope you're not still building resource collectors. Your plan is to go 22 workers. You didn't know he was going to rush you, but now he did. So
Talking with carrier.
cancel your worker production and then replace with missile corvette production. If you ever have 2,000 money saved up,
Resources downrange.
like if you have like 1,000 money saved up and it's building up even though you're
Resource
producing,
collector complete.
begin a capital ship facility on your mothership and start building more carriers so you can spend your money. Or research health upgrade for your corvettes,
Underway.
because that will help you in the fight.
Missile corvettes.
Either way, you want missile corvette production going.
Resources locked in.
You can rally to your front carrier, since that's where you're being attacked.
Prepare for assault.
You have an idle... Oh, it was idle. It's not idle anymore. And you can lose quite a bit of workers and still be kind of okay.
Resource collector destroyed.
I think you've lost 2 now?
Yes, yes.
Reporting.
It's still,
Prepare
still
for
okay.
assault.
He's going for your missile corvettes.
Insufficient
Um,
resources. Research.
Now comes the judgment call to try to save it by docking or letting it fight. I would probably let it fight now,
Ready.
because trying to save them can be kind of wonky if it's you just have one squad and it's being hardcore focused.
Standing by.
Hey, do you have money saved up? How much money do you have? 0. Okay. Well,
have an
you're
idle
about
worker.
to start getting money in from your expansion.
Confirmed.
Hey, you have idle collectors
Downrange.
that exited your carrier and aren't doing
Missile
anything.
corvette squadron complete.
Ready.
So basically,
Strike.
if he's going for your collectors, your missile corvettes get to shoot at him. If he's going for your missile corvettes, you're buying time and they will mine.
Strike group prepare for assault.
Okay, you've lost 4. Okay, this is getting sketchy.
Resource collector destroyed. Research.
You need to
Strike group
have enough collectors working that during this rush, you'll start to build up a money surplus, which you then use to build more carriers.
Complete.
Roger. Ready.
And that's how you do it,
Heading
basically.
set. Destination locked in. Stay calm.
Try to save the missile corvette. It's kind of close.
Strike group to battle
Maybe
position.
it's too late now.
Strike group reports hostile contact. Supporting friendly.
Yeah, it's too late now.
Copy.
It was kind of close and under the carrier, so the path to dock would have been really, really, really short. Like, usually when I say path and stuff, I mean the time it would take the unit to do it
Order confirmed.
from the given position. Oh, you have 2 missile corvettes now. Put the missile corvettes in wall formation,
Resource
or
collector
dart
lost.
formation. It's kinda... Missile corvettes are like the only unit in the game that get better information against Spycraft. It's kinda weird, actually. Any formation, wall, just do something.
New
No, they're not.
formation.
No, they're not. They're flying independently.
Order confirmed.
Select both of them, put them in formation. Also, try to save the one that has some dead people in it.
New formation acknowledged.
Just select it, hit B.
Ready.
Missile corvette squadron complete.
You need to be really fast, though.
Docking with carrier. Strike group prepare for assault.
Production underway.
You're building up a money surplus yet?
Berths are clear. Assembly underway.
Well, when you have like 1,000, build a capital ship facility, and then when you have like 1,000 again, start a carrier from your mothership.
Hostile contact.
You're getting much better. You might still lose this one. I think you're gonna lose this one, but it was almost
Missile
okay.
corvette squadron.
And also your carrier, this is important. Your carrier needs to move towards the rock and then do a very, very tiny move directly behind itself so it turns its engines towards the rocks. Because look at where the collectors have to move to drop off.
Destination locked in. Watch your 6.
You would actually have a lot more money if you had done that to begin with, but I should have told you.
Reporting. All right, let's heat it up in here.
And that more money would have probably given you maybe a carrier by now.
Strike group to battle.
And then once you get like 3 production lines going with missile corvettes,
Available.
then you can hold
Your
this stuff off.
missile corvettes are on a move order, not attack order.
Available for construction.
Yeah, that too.
Keep it together now.
Missile corvette squadron complete.
Strike group, prepare for assault.
Okay, you're moving above the rocks. This is not optimal. You want to be no higher or no lower than the rocks. But
You want to be
the
parallel
engines
with
towards it. You're actually moving into a really good position now. You moved above it and down the other side. Actually, whatever you're doing, I actually want to learn how you did this, if you can do it consistently, because I have no way to do this consistently. I always just move towards the rock
Strike group attack
and then do a
order
second
confirmed.
order. If there's any way to set up a Vega carrier using just a single
Strike
move
group
order,
attack order confirmed.
and it will do it every
Strike
time,
group
then I
attack
really
order
want to know.
confirmed.
That would be useful knowledge, actually. The carrier is not moved correctly, but I see you're getting to it.
Flagship. Carrier complete.
Construction underway. Construction underway.
Production underway. Missile corvette squadron complete. Research complete. New frigates available for
Yeah, you have a
construction.
second carrier. Move your second carrier towards the fight and queue up a corvette production module on it.
Complete. Awaiting further orders. Reporting.
You can probably stabilize now.
Assembly underway.
Yeah, corvettes. Corvettes is the units you spent money to tech towards. It would make no sense to start teching towards frigate right now.
Ready.
You would have to spend a lot of money to even get to it.
Destination locked in. Strike group attack order confirmed.
Try to pay attention to which resource collectors he's going for. If you start shooting one, then just recall that worker.
Missile corvette squadron
Just hit
complete.
D, I guess.
Friendlies under fire. Moving in. Ready.
Whenever you get a big money surplus, just make another carrier from the mothership. You have an idle missile corvette in your main base.
Production underway.
Copy. Strike group prepare for assault.
You have the health upgrade for your corvette yet? Yeah, when you can afford it. Once you can produce from 2 lines and you can afford the health upgrade, it's pretty good.
Carrier corvette facility.
Makes every corvette better.
Assembly underway. Assembly underway.
Missile corvette squadron complete.
Confirmed. Ready. Reporting.
Again, try to if some missile corvettes are close to each other, try to put them in a wall formation.
Flagship.
I can give you the long explanation why it works,
Information acknowledged.
but it ultimately is irrelevant why. Just trust me that it does.
Carrier research.
Why it's effective against a faster unit. There's a...
Upgrade complete.
It's not even an advanced explanation. It's pretty...
Ready.
Yeah, but that's the single unit is in a wall formation with itself. That's not
Missile
like...
corvette squadron complete.
Alright, who cares? Either way, the point is, it's not the formation that makes it good. Like, who the fuck cares if they're in a wall or a cross formation or whatever? What matters is the fact that they stick together.
Standing by.
And due to the way missiles work, if you have all your units in one blob, the enemies have to do like jousting attacks towards your blob.
Production
And due to the way your missiles work, if the enemy has to fly straight into your missiles, they will hit more often. It's kinda...
Ready.
It sounds kinda stupid, but it sounds kinda painfully obvious, but that's the reason why it actually works.
Strike group to battle positions.
Yes,
Standing by.
D.
Strike
D.
group attack order confirmed.
Oh, and in the recent patch, they actually made this very easy to do by anyone. This used to be a real pain in the ass, because if you had a control group, and you ordered one of your ships to dock,
Strike group
you then had to make sure you didn't accidentally give that ship a new order.
Strike
But
group
now,
ready.
if you select the unit and you hit D,
Roger.
movement, attack, and other such orders will not override the dock order.
Flagship.
You need to issue a stop order to get control of the unit again.
Production
So you
underway.
can have a control group and you can select 3 of those units, hit D, and they will find the nearest thing to dock with, right? And then you can keep issuing orders to the whole group, even the ones that you just gave a dock order, and it will not override. You see all your units here? Do a quick bandbox and click the wall formation.
Missile corvette
Because
squadron
The
complete.
unit that's being ganged up on is fighting at maximum effectiveness. The fighters are flying into its missiles, but the ones on the perimeter are firing their missiles at
Standing by.
angles that are not straight on
Firing to target.
the rushing fighters. which means they will miss much more often.
Flagship upgrade complete. Production underway. Assault frigate complete. Production underway.
You see what I mean? Look at like the percentage of missiles that end up hitting now. They're crazy.
Confirmed. Reporting.
Missile corvette squadron complete.
Docking with carrier. Reporting. Strike group under enemy attack. Acknowledged. Roger.
Oh, you survived. You survived, not in perfect condition. And this was the far spawn. Hey Space, are you using the same build you used on me and Close? Or is this a better version?
Underway.
This is a better version I developed.
Okay.
As you could see by my side already, I bought more than enough time for myself.
Ready. Carrier research module under attack. New formation acknowledged. Copy. Strike group coordinates.
And by now you can move a mobile refinery or a
System manufacturer.
expansion, and now you can do your work transfer. This is the point where the third base, obviously, spoiler alert, he has a missile destroyer and a few frigates, so by now you need heavy missile frigate production,
Flagship.
which I think you can do because I see an assault frigate, which means you had the capability to do it all along. So just build up to 4 carriers and build your heavy missile frigates, and you were fine against the missile destroyer. So I think from this point on, if you had just defended a little bit better, not lost all those 4 workers, this would have now been kind of an even game. So you're almost there.
Stand by. Strike
Do you want to go again from the beginning? Or Space, try to kill him. Try to...
Complete.
Actually, play the game out. Just play the game out to your best of your ability.
Research complete. New capital
I bet Space
ship
is gonna win,
for
but
construction. Flagship.
just see how close it is. Like how close it was to be kind of
Production
even.
underway.
Because once you know how to play,
Roger. On
like
our
how
way.
to macro, how to survive the early game, then you can start learning the rest of the game kind of on your own. And like you can actually play the game and make experiences, you know, that aren't tinted by the fact that your opening sucks.
Flagship.
Because if your opening sucks, you'll just think that I don't know, the playstyle or the faction is just weaker than it actually is.
Production underway.
And you will either be confused if you are a clever person. If you're a clever person, you will
Locked in.
think to yourself,
Confirmed.
what do I do? How do I beat this? This doesn't make any sense.
Heavy
I don't know what to do.
complete.
Or if you're like a, I guess like kind of a more oblivious person, you'll just think to yourself,
Copy.
I'm doing everything right.
Destination
There's
locked.
no,
Ready.
this is just bullshit.
Carrier complete.
And you'll
Flagship.
do your learning
Roger.
from an invalid starting point, and you will learn things that are not true
New heading set.
objectively.
Construction options available.
They're just
Missile
true
corvette squadron
with that
complete.
shitty opening in mind.
Construction underway.
Okay, I would advise you stay maxed on missile corvettes. A few assault frigates can be good later on,
Upgrades
but
available. Flagship.
spoiler alert, he has a missile destroyer which can absolutely wreck your
2 missile
corvettes.
destroyers now.
Flagship.
He can absolutely wreck your corvettes.
Production
So you want some anti-capital ship ability to get rid of the missile destroyer if he brings it to you.
complete.
And that anti-capital ship ability, it cannot be attack bombers.
Underway.
That's not efficient enough. It can maybe be laser corvettes, but then you're giving up your missile corvette slots, right? And you want those, right?
Missile corvette
So I guess your option is battle cruiser,
Research
which would be perfect,
Turrets are clear.
but
Turrets are clear.
that cannot be gotten in time.
Flagship.
If he wants to, he can bring it to you right now.
Flagship.
There's nothing you can do about that. So the only thing you can really get in time, depending on your build, is destroyers, which you already have the capital ship facility for,
Production
with your
underway.
carriers, right?
Resource collector complete.
and you're one tech away. It's either destroyers or heavy missile frigates. Now you teched frigates,
Heavy missile
so-
frigate complete.
of course, both players have now been kind of taking a breather, so you actually had time. You probably had time to get if you had rushed for BC, you would have gotten it by now, probably. But both sides are kind of waiting here, so time is passing. But
Missile
since you went for frigates,
resource collector
you spent your time doing that rather than go for destroyers. So in that situation, I guess because you wanted the assault frigate, or you just went for frigates because why? Because frigates. Realistically, heavy missile frigates would be what you would do here. If you somehow knew that he had a missile destroyer.
heavy missile
Which you can scout for.
complete.
It's in a probe nearby his mothership. Well, not when I say nearby, I mean on the edge. So
Resource collector complete.
Confirmed.
if you send it nearby his
Missile
mothership.
frigate
And
complete.
by the way, people actually do that. People send probes like right on top of resource fields, and you can just kill them with your carrier.
Stupid.
Flagship.
Like I don't know why people do that. It's such a waste,
Mhm.
and it doesn't even. Because probes are actually like hunting for probes demands some serious attention from a player. Like it really demands a lot of searching.
Complete.
Mhm.
So it's something that
Heavy missile frigate complete.
the amount of distraction it offers, a well-hidden probe, even assuming that it's gonna die, the amount of distraction it offers is probably worth the cost, the resource cost.
Heavy missile frigate complete.
Resources
And if it's not
locked
discovered, then you get map
Scout
pack.
squadron complete.
in. Roger. Resources locked in.
Flagship. Insufficient resources.
Either way, at this point, space is kind of building up, so don't let your money build up. Spend your money somehow. And if you do a lot of frigates, you probably want the frigate health upgrade eventually too.
Insane. I just finished this.
Upgrade complete. Flagship.
Yeah, I see. He has a heavy cruiser and two heavy cruiser destroyer, 2 missile destroyers, and 7 support frigates, I think. Yeah. He has a lot of stuff. He probably did well enough early on to seal the game, but it was still pretty close.
Attention fleet, we have too many collectors here. Expect delays.
Heavy missile frigate complete. Flagship. Insufficient resources. Upgrades paused.
Roger.
Are you able to spend all your money?
Flagship.
Okay. Yeah, remember to send some workers to your expansion patch. I don't know where the fuck that worker is running.
Resources downrange.
Move your mobile refinery into the center of the patch. That's one of the benefits of the mobile refinery. Having a mobile refinery in the center actually makes all the collectors work more efficiently because they can drop off super fast. But unless you are capped on workers, it is not worth it to build a mobile refinery instead of 2 workers because they cost the same, right?
Complete.
It's still better to have. It's better to have 10 workers and an inefficient mothership drop off rather than to have 8 workers and a mobile refinery drop off. So send make it so that. Oh, by the way, you can select. Are you using military selection priority or normal selection? Like, if you bandbox everything, do you select your workers or do you only select military units?
Missile frigate complete.
If you drag a selection box around everything you own, like zoom out with the sensor manager, do you select everything or do you just select fighting units? Okay. You can toggle that off if you want it. I have it off. I can't imagine playing with it on. But if you hold A, you do the other thing. If you either way, you want to you want to spread off some workers from your main because I see your main is still like 11 workers.
Collection confirmed.
Make your main like 8 workers, I
Resources
guess.
locked in. Copy. Collection confirmed. Stay calm. Subsystem construction complete.
New capital ships available for
Double click on one of your missile corvettes
Construction underway.
and focus fire his heavy cruiser.
Reporting.
I think you can maybe kill it. Depends.
Strike group receiving fire.
You can also try to literally move behind it, like after you're shooting it,
Frigate taking
give a move order to all those heavy cruisers, heavy missiles behind it.
capital ship.
Oh, by the way, have your missile corvette shoot his fighters, obviously. I mean, you can help out, but it's gonna be minor.
Damage. All personnel, code red. Damage SAMCON level 2. Engage capital ship. Ready. Strike group to battle positions. Strike group prepare for assault. Engineering reports damage. Berths are clear.
Frigate lost. Destroyer complete.
Heavy missile frigate taking hits. Assembly underway. Hit. Damage report. Construction underway. Guidance failure. We're losing control.
The power of healing.
Mission underway.
Ready. Standing by. Strike group to battle positions. We're drawing heavy fire.
Frigate lost.
Strike group moving into position. Let's stay calm. Strike group attack order confirmed. Guidance failure. We're losing control.
Frigate lost.
Ah, he didn't have enough.
Attack.
Okay, he's gonna kill everything with like no losses. So much healing.
Standing by. Guidance
But this is just cause
control.
this is just cause he hurt your income so much, so
Lost.
so long to get anything out.
Heavy missile.
And this is gonna be like the worst outcome because you have your shipyard and your destroyer tech, so you went for like a little bit of everything. So
Construction underway.
you're probably building a battlecruiser right now, right?
Frigate
Like
lost.
you're gonna like not get it in time, but it's gonna be almost. If you just gone all in for one thing, you would have either you could have had enough heavy missile frigates if you went for only heavy missiles. You could have had lots of destroyers probably.
Clear.
You could have had a battlecruiser if you went for that instead fully.
Assembly
Probably.
underway.
I'm not sure though.
Underway.
But due to the way the healing works,
Receiving fire. Engineering report.
this looks really one-sided, and it is. But
Heavy missile frigate complete.
that's just because
Frigate taking hits.
you almost had enough to focus it down.
Starboard fusion chamber.
Frigate lost. Heavy missile frigate complete.
Copy. What's our damage?
But either way, you can try again. You can try playing again and see if you come much better out of the early game. Because you're nearly there.
Missile corvette squadron complete.
Standing by.
And I know how
Corvette squadron
I'm gonna make a guess. Throughout the early game, your hands were either shaking or you felt very stressed out and you felt like you were forgetting
Heavy missile.
and you felt like an idiot whenever I was reminding you of like an worker or something, right?
Guidance failure. We're losing control.
Yeah.
Frigate lost.
How did I do that? Well, 'cause that's how I felt when I played Duchess of Karak for my first 5 games. I felt the exact same way. Even though I knew everything, like, even though I'm already an RTS expert, even though I know all the fundamentals, even then, learning them again in a fresh game is still incredibly stressful.
Heavy missile frigate complete.
And you feel like an idiot whenever you notice that, like, oh my god, this worker has been not working the whole game for like the last few minutes, or it's like, oh no, why do I suddenly have 2,000 money? I forgot to spend my money. It still happens. It still happens in Homeworld. Remember that stream a few days ago when I was commenting? I was asking Space spent its money when we were getting smashed on the Dustcloud map. I was asking, hey Space, do you have spare money? Is that why we're losing? Then when I said that, I looked up and I saw 4,500 on my own resource display. Because I had gotten distracted by something else because everything didn't go according to plan in that game, so it wasn't as natural. So to do the simple things cost me more attention than normal. Because once it's well practiced, things just become natural and you don't really have to think about it.
Missile corvette squadron complete.
I hope I highlighted them when they're saved, but if you look at the late Duchess of Karak multiplayer streams compared to the early ones, there's like a world of difference.
Frigate lost. Heavy
How
missile
at the very end, everything just flowed so naturally.
Breach in starboard fusion chamber. What's our damage?
frigate lost.
Assembly underway. Confirmed. Strike group to battle positions. Standing by. Strike group attack order confirmed.
Oh, you got
Yeah,
your
I-
battlecruisers out.
Standing
Again, it's not gonna matter.
to battle positions. Acknowledged.
Show him how it's done. Disable its engine space. And
No,
attack from an angle where he doesn't
Rather
shoot.
not. I'd rather just brute force it,
Heavy
and
missile
because I know I can. And look at those misses.
Heavy missile.
Okay, you want to be moving backwards while you're coming at you. You want to move with your battlecruiser backwards. Always have capital ships on aggressive, so you can do the
engaging.
maneuver backwards while shooting thing.
Subsystem manufactured. Moving while engaging. Weapon set to full power.
Yeah, if
Have
it
it on
starts turning
aggressive.
around, then you can't aim and move at the same.
Combat maneuver.
That's horrible. So give it an attack order and then give it a movement order backwards.
Engineering reports damage.
If the disc is red, you're doing it right. If the disc is not red, you're doing it wrong.
Moving while engaging.
Heavy missile frigate complete.
Hull breach. Hull breach.
Keep in mind, Homeworld 2 runs at 10 frames per second, so
Engineering reports damage.
if you do it, even if you do it correctly, if you click fast enough, you'll get a yellow disc even though you did it correctly. If you wait like a third of a second, it'll turn red. Well, you need to hit M twice, you need to then close the movement disc and bring it back up again.
Breach in starboard fusion chamber. Breach in starboard fusion chamber.
Yeah. And like all that, when I say runs at 10 frames per second, I mean the actual game, not what you see. What you see is interpolation between those 10 frames per second. The actual visual game can run at whatever frames per second you want. Whatever they've set the limit to in the programming. But it's all an illusion. Like the actual simulation runs at 10 frames per second. So you have your ping, and then 10 frames per second means it's gonna add,
Going down. We're going.
on average, well, at worst, 1/10 of a second, at best, 0, right? To your ping. Now for comparison, Overwatch is an FPS game, right? And there's like a lot of people that are angry about this, but Overwatch runs at 20 frames per second.
The flagship is taking light enemy
For example, for comparison. Like it's not, the actual simulation